Well, you can barely tell, but I am indeed inside the Etihad Stadium, a very foggy Etihad Stadium. A few hours after City's 4-1 thrashing of Spurs, yet another reminder of their brilliance, really, and their superiority over everyone in the Premier League. They've now beaten Arsenal, United, Chelsea, Liverpool and Spurs, and the first team in 64 years to do that before the new year. They've only dropped 2 points and they've claimed, 52 of a potential 54, and it really is quite incredible. This football team is something special, and they can go on to achieve incredible things, and they were just so far superior to Spurs, a very good footballing team as well, of course. But Mauricio Pochettino's side, bar a 15 to 20 minute spell at the start of the second half, were just so inferior, and they were controlled, and City were relentless in their press, and they forced mistakes out of a Spurs side that are usually so composed, and they're usually the kings of the press, but not today, and City fully deserving winners, really. And it was only a surprise that it wasn't more than 4-1, because it was only 1-0 at half time. It was only 1-0 until the 70th minute, actually, and the amount of chances that they had that they didn't put away, it could have been 8-1, it could have been 9-1. The Spurs goal came late on. It was purely conciliatory, and to say it was a consolation perhaps maybe is an embarrassment, because they didn't even deserve that. There's loads of talking points. Potentially there should have been 9 versus 10, really, as Spurs should have had 2 red cards in the second half, and City should have been reduced to 10 in the first half. But really the main talking point is just how good a footballing team this team is. City really do look like they're running away with it. 16 consecutive league wins, scoring goals for fun. It's a formality now that they're going to win the title, barring an absolute disaster, which would need an absolute bout of such serious injury to all their key players that to allow all their rivals to catch up, that it just seems impossible. You just can't see it happening. City, Raheem Sterling, a marker of their improvement under Pep Guardiola. He scored twice again today. Takes his tally for the season to 15 in all competitions, which is, I think, by far his best tally in a single season, and he was excellent again. And the apologetic manner in which he scored the 4th goal, as he slipped it through Lloris's legs and then put it into an empty net, and he almost felt embarrassed for Spurs, and you could see the disappointment on the Spurs players' faces, but they were just so well beaten by a City team that are threatening to wipe everyone aside, really. They've beaten so many good football teams in the Premier League, in Europe, and it's just frightening what they can go on to achieve. We're only 18 months under Guardiola's stewardship, and he was insistent the day that they can improve, and on this showing they can, because they could have still scored more goals. They might have been tighter defensively, although they were missing Vincent Kompany and John Stones. David Silva didn't play, but Kevin De Bruyne was fantastic. Leroy Sané was fantastic. They had so many good individual performances and an excellent unit, a display from the unit as well. And yet they can still go on to improve in Europe and domestically, and it's frightening to think what they can achieve. This is such a special footballing team, playing such incredible attacking football, that it really is breathtaking, and we just simply have to stand back and admire it, really. How long it can go on for, we'll soon see. There'll be plenty of questions asked of whether they can sustain this for the entire season, but on this evidence, it looks like they really can, and even if they can't, the commanding advantage that they've built at the top of the Premier League already suggests that even if they slip up and have a few games where they're nowhere near at their at the best form that they can be, and maybe they suffer a few draws or defeats, even still it doesn't look like anyone's going to get near them to the title. Manchester City 4, Tottenham Hotspur 1.